Subscribe to NEWLINK YouTube channel and go stop ping on the notification bell. Subscribe to NEWLINK YouTube channel and go stop ping on the notification. NEWLINKs, top vlogger. Big up NEWLINKs cause him a top vlogger. Vlogging it.
Blessings, my viewers and subscribers. Big up on yourself, man. I don't know, so the attacking boss there. NEWLINK from NEWLINK Production. And I mean, say attack. Some people, this story that I'm going to cover right now, Zane. And it's about an incident that happened the other day, down in Jamaica by people on M0NTEG0 side, Zane, up in a neighborhood. So this man, who is an American national, my people, who them said it wanted in the United States, my viewers and subscribers, for over 11 years, for trouble people and Pitney, Zane. But this man managed to make Jamaica his home and managed to be a good man to his neighbor down there. Oh my world, oh my precious NEWLINK. So basically, my people, this man was living in Jamaica for over 11 years of people, considering Jamaica his new home after fled in the United States of America, my people, because him did wanted by police over there in the United States of America. As me telling you before, for trouble the people, them look picking Zane, but now, my people, him the right back over there. You understand? Because he was extradited back to the United States of America. Jaja sees, Jaja no. Zane? So I have an article, my people, you understand, explaining the whole thing about this man and how neighbors who was living amongst him in Jamaica feel about the whole situation and what they really thought of him, you know what I mean, being around him and get to find out the type of person he was, because they never saw him as this type of man. They saw him as a good, quiet, nice man, my people, but they never know there was a dark secret behind him for a lot of years ago. Jaja sees, Jaja knows. So let me do some reading now, my people, so I can get a brief understanding of what the attacking boss come after. How an American fugitive of 11 years made neighborhood home in Jamaica. 71-year-old facing child molestation charges extradited to US. He was a good guy, neighbors say. For more than a decade, he lived among them, earned their trust, and did odd jobs on their properties. Now, residents in the middle-class community of Dunbar in Norwood, St. James are reeling from the fact that the American man they all know as Charlie was an accused child molester fleeing from the long arm of the law. Charlie's mannered Rainey had been living at an apartment building located at 4 Hamilton Drive in Montego Bay since 2011, when he fled to Jamaica from his hometown in Paulding County in the northwestern part of the U.S. state of Georgia. Rainey was facing charges of aggravated child molestation and sexual battery filed against him in the summer of 2010 after allegedly assaulting a girl younger than 16. He was indicted on all 3 felonies in July 2011 but failed to show up for court, and bench warrant was issued for his arrest. By 2012, the case was dead docket because Rainey could not be found. Neighbors awoke days ago to find their yard swarming with police as he was located in St. James. They took away Charlie, but he has been such a good guy. We just believe it was a misunderstanding, a senior citizen who asked not to be identified told news last week. He was like the utility man around here. He was a good at sharpening saws, but did every little thing from cutting the grass, feeding your dog, or patching the pavement. Several homeowners living overseas also left Rainey in charge of the maintenance of their properties. He also owned a herd of goats that he took to pasture each day. Tenants at the apartment where Rainey lived told news the name of the landlord, who they say lives along Leaders Avenue in Montego Bay, but refused to comment on the Americans' time with them. However, other residents of the area admitted that when Rainey first came into the community, they thought he was the owner of the apartment building that has been his home over the years. But doubts grew as he began moving around doing odd jobs. It was strange to see a white man with a weed whacker cutting a black man's yard, but I just thought he just loved the Jamaican lifestyle, so after a while you just get used to him, said Valerie. He gets along with everybody. Residents say Rainey assimilated the Jamaican culture very quickly and was not instructive, only speaking when he was spoken to. He rarely left the community, mostly taking short trips to the Montego Bay town center about 3 kilometers away to replenish food items. He traveled with me some of the time, got what he wanted, and went back to his own business. so you won't see him at church or bar, just from home to the hustle and home again, said a taxi operator who requested anonymity as she spoke with our news team. The Counter-Terrorism Organized Crime CTOC investigation branch has received plaudits both locally and internationally for the successful capture of the 71-year-old Rainey in an operation. Assistant Commissioner of Police Anthony McLean, who heads the CTOC branch of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, said that during his time in Jamaica, no local report was received of Rainey committing any acts similar to those of which he is accused in the United States. The investigation is done by our U.S. counterpart, who sends the warrant through the office of the DPP, Director of Public Prosecutions, for the person to be picked up. McLean explained the U.S. Marshal Service worked with us in preparing the documentation for extradition. Rainey, who was captured without incident on November 15, was deported on November 18 after acknowledging his identity and admitting that he had overstayed in the island during an interview with the police. Neither Sheriff Gary Gullidge nor the investigator assigned to the case was available when the news contacted the Paulding County Sheriff Office, PCSO, in Georgia on Friday. It is a holiday here, so it's not possible until Monday, the receptionist said. Rainey's capture and subsequent extradition are being celebrated as a timely Thanksgiving gift for the approximately 173,780 residents in the Georgian County, and the police are hoping that if there are other victims, they will come forward. Great job, Paulding County and all those who assisted, said Cecilia McPhivim on the police department's Facebook page. Don't think Mr. Rainey is going to get a welcome home party. This is what happens with good relationships between agencies and nations. Great job, PCSO, Jamie Harris added. Excellent work and thank you to the security forces from the government of Jamaica, Jamaica Constabulary Force, the U.S. Marshal Service, and the Paulding County Sheriff's Office, wrote Jennifer Carey. Rachel Sheevan, another Paulding resident, says she was employed by Rainey when she operated the drug strip, but he was always kind to her and never acted improperly. Jaja sees, Jaja knows the people. So this man basically, he managed, I don't know him, but honestly, my viewers and subscribers, for me personally, Zine, being a resident in this community, it is not a poor community he was living in. One of them upscale community in and out. But people, Zine, see, I find a lot of returning residents and, people who have them look at thing live there. But you see this white man basically, at first they said they thought he owned the property. He come into the community of people. Zine, him did it for a while, then him start hustle like any other Jamaican, taking away Jamaican hustle, which but I say must stop nobody food. But on a real level, it's shocking to me, really and truly, because if I saw this man is an American national, my people, white man, USA, come in at 60 years old and start cut people yard, feed them dog, and them something that either just be suspicious to me, like something not right. And me that try to reason with him, try to find out certain things of people. Me not go just say, you want to adapt my Jamaican culture, because rare you go find man out of them thing of my people unless there's something behind him. He must run from something. You understand? But deep in the end, my viewers and subscribers, they all found out, say, this man wasn't straight. You understand? He wasn't straight. So no matter what, if he did the crime back over there in the US or he didn't, you know what I mean? He was wanted for something, my viewers and subscribers, and he managed to run away from what he was wanted for. But now he has been held for how much years in the pan running at Jamaica. Zine, few much years, he made Jamaica be him home. And it is not just him, because even a teenager youth, them say them find over in a M0NTEG0 to my people, who was also wanted, you understand, for things over in the US too. So a lot of these criminal, my people, they manage to come, settle down, because it's a Jamaican, especially when it come on to foreigner people, them so friendly to them, them treat them good, and easily for a man from America, especially white, can come and take Jamaica for him home. A resident start treat him like a king, you understand, start treat the woman like a queen, but you don't know the background checks of them. And it's so different. Make you if it go now, in a for them place or over a certain place now, and you if it comes a boom now, and you basically, did they and start them prayer, them what? And they do track you and they do run their investigation. And you understand? So on a real level, I think say this should be a heads up list of a lot of people in Jamaica. You understand? Not because you see a man look certain way you see him come. You need to get to know people, get to find out people, because him could have strike. And maybe him strike and they not even know. He could have strike down there. He could have done a lot of different things, only not even know. And in the end, keep killing the dead on the thing, same way say he maybe not do nothing in this. But the man was wanted over there in the US, and he managed to run away from what he was wanted for. If he knows say him not guilty, stay over there and fight it. You know what I mean? That's how me some people. And for my belief, if me know me not do something, me not go run away from the law. Me go stay and fight it. If them want lock me up before me not do, me rather them lock me up innocently, my people, than if you know some run away from something that where we want it for. You know what I mean? Because this side gonna become more difficult. This say it's like you have to live in a fear and a hide every day. Like, because number one, him can't feel safe in a job. Even though him still know him wanting to people, him still have fear. And this is why him live a life where them say him not going to the town that much, him gonna go buy and then him head back him. You know, him have to live that life there. Even though I'm age of people, because he was in Jamaica from like 60, he's now a 71-year-old, over 11 years of people making in Jamaica his home. And you know, just think about the fact. When me say Imanala do odd job, I could use waka cut people yard, I use cutlass I cut people yard, rake up them dirty leaf, you know what I mean, I feed dog and them something to be watchman. And I see my people, definitely me that's something alright with him. Something definitely wasn't right with him. But he has been, finally they caught him. He's back in the US, you know, and you know, so them say him not gonna have a nice Thanksgiving, which Thanksgiving gone. So looking forward for Christmas coming now. So basically him not gonna have a nice Christmas. You know what I mean? Gonna be different for him, but only Jah sees and he knows, you know. So as Jamaican and people over the Caribbean, people over the world, you have to be careful. You understand? Don't just accept people. Me not say if you judge, you know what I mean, or discriminate against people, but please do some checks, do some research. When them new and them come in your place, try to know them, try to find out who are they. You know, understand? Not because you see them have certain color or you see them look certain way, you know, because it can't be any man, no matter the color we have. Once him decide to do certain things, he will do it on a real level. So my people, big up on yourself, man, and more love, more respect, and more blessings. Thanks to love, thanks to the support, the like, the share, and every comment. So you don't know, one team, one dream, one scheme, one attacking boss. Peace out, my people. Love you all. Blessings.